Renamed in late 2020, there's a look at Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Carolina Panthers We are just south of Pioneer Square here in the great northwest city of Seattle at newly named Lumen Field, home of the 12s. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Jamal Adams coming up from his safety spot to make the play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Another run with Sanders. And he'll be stopped at the 46. Gain of 3.
Well, at that rate, picking up 3 yards a carry, you and I both know that doesn't cut it in this league and trying to get first downs unless you're playing 4-down football. Then that's a whole different situation, but I don't think that's what they're trying to do here. 3rd and 4, though, is still...
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Going for it with Sanders. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On the counter now, it's Sanders. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Going quickly out to the right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
On 1st and 10, Smith. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
Mike 7. I'm going to come back to you.
He'll find Metcalf. Touchdown, Seahawks. DK Metcalf. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So as Sanders has it poked free. So they will set up shop. Excellent field position in the red zone at the 19-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Walker now on 1st and 10. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. When you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise, and now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And Walker once more. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Touchdown. DK Metcalf. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. On 1st and 10, Young. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. To the air once more, Young. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Wow, this one, it is getting out of hand early. They add a pick-6 to the ledger now. 3-score lead still in the first half.
And all that celebrating that you see and hear from those defenders is not just because they scored a touchdown on a pick-6. It's because they're pitching a shutout in this one. Every defender's dream.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. And he gets it past the 30, but not much further than that. And the extra point attempt snuffed down.
I remember when they changed the rule And there's a lot of consternation, especially coming from the kickers. Okay, how's this going to affect things, having to kick a longer one now? Much more of a field goal attempt. And the defensive guys saw it as an opportunity to get more block.
That's exactly right. There's more effort now. Before, when it was snapped down near the goal line, you would basically see guys just stand there.
Yeah, not anymore. Now, those guys are going after it because not only can they knock it away and change a little bit of momentum,
and get 2 points.
They can pick it up and take it back for 2 points.
Here's Roberts to bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On play action, Young. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Young to throw again on 2nd and 10. Left side here to Sanders. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger gain.
They go back to the ground with Sanders. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
Now Young on 4th down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
After the interception, here's Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Here we go, set. Red 38. Green.
Final play of the half. Young going deep here for Landry. Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt? The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables.
There's a diving catch right side. Off the RPO, he completes it. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 28-0. Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go. 52 blue. Ready, go.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. It's Young off play action. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Up the middle they go with Sanders. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Fight, 97. Ready.
They'll go again with Sanders, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Yellow, 43. Ready.
Young to throw on 4th. And he's got Hurst, his tight end. So the 4th down conversion sets him up with this. 1st and 10 at the 40. The play fake. Now Young. Flushed out right. Oh, Young loses it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes left side. 30. And a super return as he gets this all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find...
Touchdown, Seahawks! Tyler Lockett, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes this 35-0 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But Brandon,
he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, it's Young. Now they go screen. It's complete. And his bid for the first down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. Eddie Pinheiro on now. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Running right, here's Walker. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check, and they're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
49 yards rushing for him now to this point. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Young, and he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. It's Young on 1st down. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Panthers. Adam Thielen 55 yards. And the Panthers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And Young's going to throw for this. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. Brian Burns, the one to bring him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And a hurdle that time, a great hurdle. Gives him the extra ground to gain for the first. That one goes for 8 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. The quick throw complete into the flat out left. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That's good for 28 yards. Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Boy, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one, and we go to the 2-minute warning. Young. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Young now from the 50. Again, that's Hurst. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They'll throw again. Young. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Young on 3rd down. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. And will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by John Johnson. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. Has a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll set up to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here is Young. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. It'll be Young again. He's got it. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone. And that cuts the lead a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On the counter, it's Walker. And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Seahawks, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.